guys? Today we're going to talk about the 5 biggest mistakes Amazon sellers are making that are costing them hundreds or thousands of dollars. Now, I made most of these. A lot of beginners do because you don't know what you don't know with Amazon, whether it's shipping or labeling or different things. So, I'm going to tell you what I've seen the biggest mistakes are and what can cost you the most money and how you can avoid them. So, the very first thing is going to be shipping. Now, a lot of people just want to do whatever the cheapest shipping is. They don't know the different shipping terms like FOB, EXW, which is freight on board, which is sea shipping 99% of the time. But the biggest thing I see is they don't communicate with their suppliers just because they don't know on which kind of shipping to do. Now, what I always do, 99% of the time, I'm using air shipping, door-to-door, air express. So that means suppliers handling the customs, the fees, everything, and it's going directly from them to Amazon. I don't have to do anything. There are sometimes suppliers will try and ship it to the airport near you. You got to go pick it up and then ship it to Amazon, which again would be an extra couple $100 for you to do, extra work for you, and it's just not needed. So you want to make sure you're asking for door-to-door shipping, so straight from the supplier to Amazon, and air express. So that just means they're handling all the fees, the customs, because some people will have their products get stuck at customs and they'll either have to go pay a fee or talk to them to get it released and then sent again. Normally, you won't get your inventory stuck there forever. It's usually just a big delay, 2-3 weeks, until you take care of it. And a lot of times your supplier won't even tell you if you need to. So that's one of the big ones, is figuring out the right kind of shipping and communicating that to your supplier and making sure all customs duties are taken care of. So the next thing is labeling. Now, I'm going to share my screen right here for you and show you what I'm talking about. So a lot of people won't put the right barcode on. So with Amazon, you buy a barcode, which yes, Barcode Mania still works. You want GS1 barcodes. Barcode Mania buys from GS1, sells to you, so they're cheaper. So GS1 barcodes, fine, $5 from Barcode Mania. You get a little normal barcode. You put that number in your listing for that barcode. Then you're done with that barcode and that number forever once you put it in your listing. And then you go over to your listing and click print item labels, and something, let me move this, let me move my face, like this, oh wow, that's not big, comes up. And this is now your barcode or your item label. And this is what you send your supplier to put on your product. Now, if you don't do this, Amazon will do it for you, but it's 20 cents a unit. So if you're sending 500 units and you forget to do this, you just cost yourself $100. So, I mean, it's not a huge one, but this is the item label which goes on each unit. After you put your barcode number that you get from Barcode Mania in your listing, you're done with it. Throw it away. You don't need it. And this is now what you use. Now, if you do change your title, your listing or anything, it won't show on the name here. That won't change, and that's okay. The barcode's still scannable. It's the same barcode. So even if you change your title, you don't need to change different item labels. This is the same one you will use forever for that listing or that individual product. Now, let's talk about shipping labels, because a lot of people don't know what the shipping labels look like. This is what a shipping label looks like. This goes on the box. This is what you send to your supplier after you finish making your shipping plan. That's what it looks like. If you have 1 box, you'll have 1 of these. If you have 10 boxes, you'll have 10 of these. Send it to the supplier in PDF. You're good. So I just want to show that one really quick. Now, the next biggest mistake is not looking at patents. I made this mistake. I sold a patented product for a little, and I got a cease and desist letter. Got stuck with a little bit of inventory, but I was lucky enough they let me sell it off. But go to Google Patents, check it, and most people don't know how to decipher Google Patents. So what do I look for? I don't know. If you see anything remotely similar that has an active patent, don't do it. It's that simple. There's no reason to take the risk. As far as analyzing and be like, oh, this part's a little different, this part's a little different, it's up in the air. I mean, even if they took you to court over something like that, it's still, there's no definitive, it needs to be this and this. It's kind of, you have to do your own research and figure it out and do what you think is right. If it's close enough, you can look up the laws, I believe. Has to be at least, oh God, don't quote me on this isn't advice, 20% different than the patent. Again, not advice. It's my experience, I think. So make sure you're checking Google Patents for any products. And if you're seeing one person selling the top 10 products and it's all them, and it's something like the example right now is the finger fling monkey things. They have a trademark on it, they have a patent on it. Don't sell them. It wouldn't sell well anyway because it's one seller. So do your research on that. So number 4, this is a big one because I was dumb and did this too. Taking images from other sellers or Googling images and using them. So little story, you guys know Dan DaSilva. He did it on Shopify. He used someone's image and he got sued. Lost not a lot of money, good amount of money. I think it was like 50K, 100K, something like that. It's on Reddit if you guys want to go watch his video on it. But using other people's images, you can lose that much money by taking a Google image and using it. It's on Google, doesn't mean you have the rights to use it. That person does. If you purchase the image off something, Pexels, I think is free, different things like that. Even if the supplier is giving you images and they say it's theirs, I've had a supplier tell me that, and it's another seller's images that they took from them, gave to me, and I didn't get sued or anything, but the supplier, the seller told me, hey, these are my images, blah, blah, and I explained it. But your listing can get taken down for a period of time until you fix it, and whoever made the claim against you, the intellectual property right claim, gets to decide if you sell again, pretty much. So as long as you remove the other things, they should say, yeah, okay, everything's fixed, and Amazon will let you sell again, but you're not making any sales, you're losing ranking. When that happens, it's not worth it. Get professional pictures, and make sure you can reverse image search what the pictures your supplier gives you to just make sure. So it's not worth taking them off Google. You can't be like, oh, I like this image of someone throwing a Frisbee, I'm going to use this. It doesn't work like that. Make sure you do your research on that. And the very last thing, this has to do with picking a product and kind of creating your listing, is not differentiating your product. Going and selling the same thing as everyone else and hoping you sell, and that's how you create a race to the bottom on the price. Perfect example was the Angleizer, the little angle ruler. Had a ton of people jump on it quick. Very cheap product. You can get it made for 50 cents, which is why a lot of people jump on it. Started at $12 to $15, and now it's $7 to $8 because everyone has the exact same product, so the only way they can make theirs better is by lowering the price to get you to buy. If you notice, there are some people selling well with different variations of it who may be bundled or have a slightly different product, made it better, and I know them and they're selling well. They differentiated. You can't just go and sell the same exact thing. Now, sometimes you can. I have done it once or twice and it works well, but most of the time differentiating is the way to go, because if your product's better, you can charge more. They'll still buy from you charging more. Now, if the other person just lowers their price, that's fine. That shouldn't affect your sales very much if you have different products and yours has more value, whether you bundled it, made upgrades to it, or anything. So don't just go throw the same exact product everyone else is already selling, because there's enough people that do that. You won't get sales that way most of the time. So those are kind of the 5 things: figuring out shipping, figuring out labeling, checking patents, not using other people's images, and differentiating. Those are the biggest things I've seen from students in my course that kind of cause the problems and maybe cost people some money. Now, most of these won't really cost you a ton. You just got to make sure you know what you're doing. Amazon's one of those things, you don't know what you don't know, which is why it's kind of hard. So if you guys are interested, I do have an Amazon course. It is the first link in the description. I'll leave that in there. And if you got some value, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video.